I'm gonna serving size like Texas. I'm a beast, yeah, baby. You know I'm reckless. We stacking blue chips. My people buy the dip. Matt Black Lambo coming soon. Don't forget, sign the check.
Web3 breakfast. Fuck a Lexus, push a Maserati, keep a diamond Jesus on my necklace. I'm living reckless. Fuck a job, cash the check, grab the bag, hit the fight, we on the next one. Wife changing money, just ask my honey. Got a diamond on my face, I can't help it, I'm new money.
Web3 breakfast, wake and bake, appreciate the checklist, moderate the stage, perplexing everything you say, and not to mention, I think I rug. Maybe I should shrug it off, go touch some grass, perhaps some plug.
Web3 breakfast.
Web3 breakfast.
Web3 breakfast. Yo, GM fam. Hope you're doing all right. Give me 1 second. There we go. We got the live stream rolling. I was stuck on the thumbnail for something. If it ain't one thing, it's the next, baby. That's a Monday. Hope your Monday's treating you well so far. I know it's only 9 in the morning here on the East, 6 a.m. on the West, but that don't mean nothing. It's time to get up and get at it. GM. What's up, Turbo? Oh.
Yeah, I'm good. Okay, fantastic. I am having one heck of a weekend. I must down. I see Corey in the crowd, and I have to say, man, he's been coming on stages. He's been doing karate flips. Like, I'm just proud of my guy getting out there doing his thing, man. Continuing to spread his voice.
I think it's official, and we can check this out. Yeah, it is. It's official. It's now Coach Corey. We had a conversation in the DMs over the weekend, and tell you what, Coach Corey is here to stay. I love it.
I love that, man. I see B Frank in the building, man. Silver's down there. And we got a couple of new people, man. So thank you all for joining us at Web3 Breakfast. We do this every Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. It's Monday Markets.
We're going to get into it. Did you rug Turbo?
Turbo rug. Turbo's on the road, ladies and gentlemen. So if he does happen to leave us from here to there, he knows how to get back in contact with us. Yeah. What's going on, Jay Chains?
Oh, man.
Turbo made it.
How
y'all feeling?
We are living it, man. We are living it. Obviously, like you guys said, it's Monday. And we come at you every Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Make sure that you go down, hit the purple pill, retweet the space. Let's get some more friends in here. I definitely want to talk about the markets, what's happening, what we're looking at, what we're thinking. Everything's a little red, but I mean, just like a little bit red. And anyway, we'll get to that. So, yeah, how was your weekend, love? What you got? Well, actually, forget about the weekend because you said Turbo's on his way up to see you. You guys are going to finish that construction job. So what else is on store up in Detroit this week?
My goodness, man, that's a really wonderful question. Now that we have kind of like gotten everything out of the way for preparation for Miami, my goal is to do a little outreach, man, and do a little campaigning here in the city. So I have a few people who are pretty influential inside of the city of Detroit that I want to cross paths with.
That was me. I was trying to pull up the space on Twitter. See, not like Twitter's doing some new thing now where it's challenging for me to get in there and then pull it up onto the space on my computer and pull it up on the screen. Because usually I could like click into it and then it'd pull everybody's PFP that's up here on stage up. But now if I click into it, it like takes me right into the show. And see, stupid.
Yeah, man. I just wish that there was just one place where we can just, do everything from like everything. It's so challenging to keep up social media.
Bro, it's coming, man. It's coming. Did you guys see Elon's AI tool? Did you guys see that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, no, man. Elon got it though.
Gronk or something like that.
Yeah, it's like Gark, or it has like a crazy name, but he had his own AI. And so, I'm telling you, man, like Friend Tech and doggone Stars Arena and all these social files, I don't have any. This is just purely my own opinion. I don't have any like hard evidence to back up what I'm fitting to say. But what I'm feeling in my heart of hearts, it would only make sense with Doge and everything that's going on. Bro, Twitter has the great, or X or whatever we're calling it, has the greatest opportunity to be the best social fi platform, period. And the more the AI tools and the more the stuff that's coming out, man, I just see it. I don't know. I mean, that's my own opinion.
Well, so yeah, I mean, but that goes against everything that we're talking about. Like we when we talk about decentralization and some of these platforms, and how we move to this new society with SocialFi and all that. The whole point is not to keep the power with the Twitters, with the Googles, with the the Amazons. It's to let someone else take the reins and really control where we go in the future. But is that totally unrealistic, though? I guess that's the question, because obviously the money that Elon has, it's not comparable to what, say, a Stars Arena has, or I don't even know what the TVL on Frontech is, and I know it's like what, less than 10 million on Stars Arena.
Yeah, less. And
there's meme coins with more liquidity.
Yeah,
and here's the thing: it may not be right the intention, and this is why I try to tell everybody, like, pay attention, right? For BlackRock, it doesn't, when these entities come into play, they're relinquishing power, but they're not going to relinquish control. They'll allow for you to be able to move your lifestyle up, and conditioning of a lifestyle based off of your performance. But when it comes to the technological advantage, those stones are set. It's like the cobblestones. If you've seen Westworld, there was a very profound moment in that show where they went and they were in this facility, and it basically had this AI computer, and the AI computer was drafting all of the information from web users. And so they were able to monitor the emotions and have insights on the way that the markets would move before people would even really rationally make these decisions. And so it put them at a competitive advantage over, other individual entities, and it became one centralized entity of control. And realistically, I mean, that's what we're looking at. If you stop and you were to just, put the pieces on the board and just see the alignment, you can kind of see to where they are already doing this. That's what an algorithm is really doing. It's just taking the things that taking bits of information upon you and feeding you more content that you enjoy. That's forms of control, right? Because then you can get caught in this mindset. You're not getting any exposure to any new forms of information and insight.
That's a fact. I love that. Great insight there, Love. Let's get to another hands. But before we do, in case you guys are watching the live stream, I don't know if you guys know this. Obviously, we got some folks here in the Twitter space, but we also live stream to LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube. But if you're watching the live stream, you will notice I am wearing the Web3 Breakfast Club hoodie today. And I think until and
I love it.
I was thinking about this. It's a Hanes zip up for now until we find a better merch company. I may just offer these on like a 1-by-1 basis. And if it's something that you wanted, say you wanted a Web3 Breakfast hoodie, all you got to do is ask. We'll get it made, and then we'll get it sent to you. And I will do it myself. It'll be like personally made merch until we find a different solution.
Shit. Can you sign them too?
No.
You know what I mean?
Nope.
Like, oh, dude, come on.
Maybe
come
what
on,
I'll do is
Jay.
I'll include a little note, just a little note in with it, like a little love note. Like, like your mom used to put in like the lunchbox when you went away to school, when you opened up your lunch at lunchtime, you got all your buddies, and then you're like, God, Mom, why you got to tell me how, like, you love me in front of my boys? This is embarrassing.
I never seen that movie.
Hey, that's a perfect opportunity to put said Web3 Breakfast hoodie inside of a lunchbox before you send it out.
Ooh.
Oh my God, that'd be so dope. Metal Web3 Breakfast lunchboxes.
Do you remember those things? Oh wow.
Only if it comes with the canister.
I had one metal lunchbox one time until we turned it into a crushed Coke can.
How did you smash it?
We put that thing through everything we could, and it handled about 4 hits until it turned into absolute kabook.
Like a baseball bat?
I brought no, I mean, we put it between us and we put it between a cinder block and a fucking dumpster at one point, just to see what would happen. Like we were going. I don't remember how old I was, but I think I was like 6 or 7 years old. And me and my brother got metal lunch boxes because my mom was like, "Oh, these will be indestructible. Just don't be crazy with it," because obviously it's like the thin, stupidly thin metal, right? Like you could press your fingernail into it. And my mom's telling me that this is going to last me for the rest of my life. And I'm like, well, unfortunately for you, 3 days later, I come home with nothing but a handle and what looks like a car crash.
Oh man, time for a new lunchbox. Get a new lunchbox, kids. I love that, man. I haven't thought about like a lunchbox in a very long time. Wow, that's like one of those things that makes your brain hurt a little bit when you start to like go through that journey mentally. Be frank, and then we'll go to Murata.
Yes, sir. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. What's up, Kid Clyde? You know what I'm saying? Turbo change. Everybody here. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Good morning. Hope everybody's starting off with a productive week. If you're here, you're already starting off on a good note. But I forgot what I was going to say because I was looking at the YouTube stream and I was like, dang, my man looks so good in that Web3 hoodie. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, what's happening here? But no, I was going to say, just to follow up on what Kid was saying, what we're going to see here with mass adoption and kind of deal is what he said. If they have your attention, they have the control, right? And I think what we're going to see here is people creating apps to try and keep the mass amount of people on that app. So you never have to leave that app to go somewhere else. You know what I mean? Like, right now I go to Amazon to buy something, or go to a different app to, do something to where, if I could just do it all in one app, what do I have to do? So I think that's what you're going to see is people try to create that all in one, right? Kind of like the Walmart Web3 per se, right? So I think that's what it's going to do, and it's going to, involve crypto. And Elon has a very good way he can do it. Do I see him overtaking TikTok? He's going to have to give TikTok a run for the money because as of right now, TikTok's live and algorithm outperforms X tremendously. Just my opinion.
Oh, I mean, yes, and I think because of well, that's really interesting. If you were to actually try to find that statistic of the amount of watch hours on TikTok daily versus the amount of hours that somebody spends on the X platform, what that comparison would be. Because I have a feeling, you can't really but you don't really get lost, on X like you can on TikTok. I mean, that's one of the reasons why that fucking app is not on my phone. Is that sometimes you'll get caught. Man, you sit down for a few minutes to look at a couple videos, and then 3 hours later, you're still doing it. Like that. Like there's no time for that kind of thing. And I'm sure a lot of people fall into that same.
But they got that on X now.
Can I just follow up real quick what he just said?
I feel like real quick. I feel like on X, like I can only get through like 20 videos and then it just goes to a black screen and then you got to back out and then find a new one to start. So it's like they've given you this protocol of you just can't get sucked in for hours and hours and hours. Like you can watch a number of videos and then you got to, figure out a way to watch some new ones. But go ahead. Sorry.
But it's also the algorithm too. It's if I don't want to see it, TikTok takes it away. You know what I'm saying? Where X kind of puts it back in your algorithm sooner or later. But to add what you were saying, yeah, I was on the app last night and I got lost sitting there watching a donkey squeeze one of those chickens that honks and at you. So yeah, I definitely got lost in that last night.
Man, I'll tell you what. I don't know about you guys.
The best.
It's that damn shark video. I know Corey got a hammerhead. He was watching a video. I got that, I was watching that this morning thanks to Corey. But, I posted the video of the guy who lost his pinky because he was petting a shark like a bozo. And then the next thing I know, Corey sends a video into the DM group. Well, some guy with his arm basically up to his elbow in a hammerhead shark mouth. And I mean, what is wrong with people thinking that like a shark is like a pet? You could pet a shark.
Bro, I watched that video no less than 15 times. Like, and all I kept thinking was like, got your finger. I got your finger. Like,
at the end, he's like, damn it, I lost my pinky.
Right? That shark did fucking 3 rotations and that pinky was completely ripped clean.
Gone.
As soon as I seen him spin, I said, "Oh, over."
Yeah, Yep. He thought that shark thought he was eating a fucking a drumstick.
Well,
Bro.
he thought he was an alligator too.
Yeah.
I've never seen sharks don't roll like alligators, do they?
I've never seen one do that. I think it was just trying to get away, and it didn't let go of the finger because it was like, oh, this actually tastes good, and it like just stripped the bone. It literally just like it looked like you took like a circular knife and went down the bone with it. Like I was like, oh,
I wonder now. I wonder, did he lose the bone, or was it basically like a chicken wing, where like when the shark like took all the meat off?
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it didn't get all the way. Like the reason why I think it didn't like get all the way off is because it wasn't a clean snap. It was like a forever, like it was almost like a corkscrew. It was like coming down the finger the whole time.
That hurts. That hurts thinking about it.
My thing is, the person that was shooting with the camera, they didn't even fucking budge. They didn't even flinch. They never broke.
No, it was like
they were on water. Stillest camera movement I've ever seen in my life. They were on a boat.
You know, that was like
I feel like it was a hold my beer moment.
Yeah, for sure. There's like a couple of these. Like there was another video that I was watching the other day where maybe this thing was set up for like people to take a shot, but it's like there was one guy who like fired on like the left side of guy, and then he switched over to fire on the right side, and he shot him like right through his bicep, and the guy like didn't even move. And I think I posted like the guy reacted like a fly just landed on him, and he just took a bullet through his bicep, and it shows you like clear, like went through the back end. Like some of these people, man, I tell you what, like I think I'm a masculine, manly man, but I don't think that I would react to like a bullet going through my arm or a shark biting off a finger, just kind of like very casual, like, oh, darn it.
Nah, I mean, I'll tell you, when your adrenaline's pumping, you know what I'm saying? Because I've seen some people take some bullets and just take off running. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, there's no way. You know what I'm saying? Like, your adrenaline gets pumping and stuff. Like, it's definitely one of those things. But on a lighter note, man, Io Marauder over there with his hand up, like, gee, that shouts out for picking up that pit stand, you know what I'm saying, from the merch shop. You can now pick up the pit stand and the Web3 Breakfast hoodie. So shouts out to you, family. What's going on?
Maybe it's like one of those buy one, get one free things, where if you buy a hoodie, you get a free pit stand.
I think it would be the other way around because everybody uses pit stands in this space so much.
Honestly, I think I would love that.
Oh, that's funny.
No, speaking of the hoodie, though, I really want a hoodie. So if you could just send that to me, that'd be excellent, man. Please, pretty please. Perfect. No, I mean, if anything, I'll just come pick it up too. I don't mind, but I'll do whatever it takes to get it for sure, because those things look sick, dude. Anyways, on the topic of what AI Love was talking about. Oh, before I even get into that, sorry, GM everyone. Sorry, it's been a crazy morning for me. GM everyone. GM. But yeah, I guess on the topic of SocialFi overtaking like traditional social app experiences, it's really hard to tell. Like, it's really hard to say right now because SocialFi, while it is an ideal concept, like, yeah, decentralize the power, like decentralize the social avenues. It's really full of just a lot of friction, and it's still early in the stages right now of what has been built. So like Friend Tech and, you know, Stars Arena, obviously the shit show that just happened with Stars Arena wasn't ideal. But I just think that, you know, seeing these concepts born is good. Like, they just kind of started coming out of the woodwork. And I don't think it's going to really pick up traction until maybe the end of the decade, just so they can work out the kinks and make it, you know, provide less friction in the experience, make the app experience more like easy to use, convenient. They need to build more establishment, essentially, because that's what X and that's what YouTube, that's what all these other platforms have. They have establishment. They have the convenience. They have the ease of use. They have the frictionless onboarding. It's just really easy to download X, make an account, and start using it, you know? Yeah. And I just feel like when we get there with SocialFi, like, that's like when we get there with like decentralized social apps, that's when we'll really see like a power struggle go on. But yeah, that was my 2 cents.
We don't have the tech, we don't have the developers, and we don't have the capital to kind of really contend with those, you know, bigger entities.
Yeah,
make the
yeah, exactly, and we'll get there eventually. It just takes time. Like, the fact we're seeing it now is, you know, it's good. Like, we had the early stages, but now we just have to let it like kind of mature and become its own thing.
Do you think that that eventually, and I know they're like worlds apart, but do you think the metaverse and SocialFi will find some common ground, and that's what will maybe make those ecosystems a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? Not compatible, user friendly. I don't know. Hopefully you guys understand what I'm saying.
I think I know what you're saying. And yeah, so
Interoperable?
like, yeah, interoperable. Yeah, there you go, Blaze. Perfect.
Thank you.
Perfect little backup there. Heck yeah. But yeah, like I think the metaverse and SocialFi together will create some form of new content creation, news distribution. Just like I think it's going to create a new avenue of how we consume content and consume news and just information in general. So yeah, I think the metaverse combined with SocialFi could turn into something huge for sure.
Absolutely. And we'll get to you, Frank, in just a second. And Turbo. And this is something that I've been saying now for a little while. And, I think that we can all agree social media, as we know it, definitely needs an overhaul, right? And the whole concept of making it more of like community engagement hubs where we get together with our communities. That's where I think the idea of SocialFi and the metaverse goes, right? Because now we're jumping into an area where people want to be in that specific spot, or whatever that interest group is. Whereas now it's just this mega mix of everybody, trolls, people who are trying to get something valuable out of this, and there's a lot of noise, right? I think that once we integrate the SocialFi with the metaverse and we create, again, more like this community engagement area, I think we can cut a lot of that noise, and there will be people that will get a lot more out of social media than just, like the conversation we had the other day, Turbo, where, like on SocialFi, it's just basically you've got a bunch of people fighting to try to get free tips, free coins, all this stuff. And, whether the content is as valuable as it should be, I don't think we're quite there yet.
Well, I just wanted to throw in there, the thing about the way we consume news, you know what I'm saying? The biggest fear, just goes back to the misinformation, like with these, with like friend tech and social fies and things like that, especially with like the way the markets are moving. And I know that's our conversation, and I got a point to make on that, but with having like the relationships is where you get the real information, right? So there's a whole group of people who have the information or who have the relationships, who are kind of getting that inside, and we need to be able to kind of like separate the people who have the good information from the people who believe they have good information but have no backing whatsoever. I think that's the biggest problem we think about news consumption.
Mm-hmm. I don't disagree with that. All right, I think that concludes our chop shop for the day. We got to get into these markets because I am unsure of what we're looking at here, of what to do, right? And I know that there's probably a lot of people in the same way, feeling the same thing. Is this the big pump? Is this time to start buying? Should we just be DCAing? Should we hold off? Because listen, what is it? Car loans, no one's paying that's like an all-time high right now. No one's paying their cars. Like bills aren't really getting paid all that much. Like there's a lot of things in default. So like, this isn't the big show, guys. Like if anything, this is institutional money coming in. This has nothing to do with retail. So is this, like what as a retail investor, because all of us are retail, what do we do? I think that's something I want to add into the conversation for today, in how that all looks and works. And so let's get to some of these hands really quick. Let's go 7 Marauder Frank, unless I've totally messed up that order. Frank, you might have had your hand up before.
No, Marauder.
No, sir. I'll go last. I'll go last in line.
Okay.
Marauder is definitely first. He's had his hand up the whole time.
A group of gentlemen and gentle ladies. I love this. Go ahead, Marauder.
You truly are, gentlemen, all of you. Seriously, I really appreciate this stage of speakers. You guys are just all excellent, and especially the host here, Turbo and J Chain's always killing it with these morning shows. Seriously, just really cohesive, easy conversations, and just lots of alpha and just really great information being thrown around. Anyways, beyond the flower throwing, I guess in my mind, with this current market landscape, you're definitely not wrong. Like, you don't want to have too much hopium, especially with like, you point, I think it was you that pointed out the greed index the other day, which I love watching the fear and greed index. When you see giant green candlesticks and when you see like all this hype, like, yeah, if you have a DCA schedule, keep following that schedule, but don't go and dump more money into the market, because then you're skewing your average to the top. You don't ever want to do that. Like what I do personally is I always set aside dry powder. Like I literally set aside I'm a brokey, so I set aside $50 a week, for instance. Like I just put it away. I put $50 away every week into like a separate USDC account, like a separate wallet. And that's my like dry powder. And then so when I see giant red candles and everyone's saying, oh my God, it's falling apart, sell it all. Like I just buy more because I want to skew my average down. And so you literally just do the opposite of what everyone's telling you. Everyone's saying, hey, buy now, buy now, buy now, buy less. buy less. And if everyone's saying sell all your shit, like, oh my God, like it's going to zero, buy way more. It's literally what I've been doing, and it's been paying off.
Hell yeah. I mean, that is a recipe for success. You buy when people are fearful, you sell when they're greedy. You can't lose. Like, and you're not going to get the tops, and you're not going to, get, as many, percent as, if you were to get the bottom and the top, but it's never about timing the market. It's your time in the market. So if you just play that strategy, like, you can't lose at all.
Exactly.
Blaze, what's up, fam?
Yo, what's up, Jay Chains Turbo? Thank you for having me up. I'm going to mirror what Isles said by saying that this is a fantastic space. Like, great, just really well run, and it's awesome. Okay.
Appreciate it.
As for the market, I have been a retail trader for several years, and basically it has gotten more difficult out there than it ever has been. And basically the take has become kind of popularized that if you are not an algorithm trader, if you don't have that type of tech, or you're not an insider, that you're just not going to make money in the market right now. And like the past 6-12 months or so, that's been true for me. And I don't know if it's just the traditional market, if this applies to crypto as well. Lately, I was just curious if anyone had a take on that. Thank you.
Anybody want to comment on that? Anybody that has
on trading?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Yeah, like I guess so. My experience with trading, I was trading equities for probably like 6 years before my current gig, and I can say now it is super difficult. Like, timing the market is nearly impossible. Like, it just takes a lot of risk management. It takes a lot of like, hey, stick with your guns, follow your strategy, and yeah, like it might work out for you. Cool. And if you're trading with lots of leverage, you might have like one really good play. It sets you up for life. Cool, man. But most of the time, you're going to be making really bad decisions because the market's just full of bad decisions. That's the thing. It's like you literally, like, everyone's like, oh, look at that, Bitcoin's like way up. I'm going to short Bitcoin. It's way up. And then like you short it, and all of a sudden it just pumps again. And then you just liquidated yourself, and you're just like, shit, well, I thought it was going to go down because it went up so much. It's like, well, dude, you don't know what's going to happen. That's the whole point. Like it's just, I don't know. I trade a little bit here and there for fun, but like I use a tiny little bit of my portfolio. Mm-hmm. Like I might trade with like $100 and just say, oh yeah, $100. Here you go. And then just like, if it disappears, cool.
That is like the absolute move. And then I've done that, obviously I've blown up accounts before. But recently when I got back in, it was that same thing where just put $100 in the account. And this way, it's, you're going to do minimal damage. If you run it up, fantastic. But if you only lose $100, you only lose $100. Like, it's not that big of a deal. I think that we may, obviously, with the new indicator that's come out, and from what I understand, and I got to talk to the guys. I was talking to Ben about this last week, and I want to talk to the guys who built it. But apparently there is some kind of thing in there. And again, I got to learn more, but it's really beneficial for beginners, right? Or for people like me that, maybe could use, and, obviously there's training videos and all that stuff, but that it's a really good indicator for people who are just kind of getting their feet wet with trading. And as long as we don't dial up the leverage and, stop, being risk adverse, I think that we could probably figure this out. And so that's something that I definitely want to get back into with, a little bit more control, which I'm excited about. So stay tuned for that, because I think that's something that we can pull together pretty soon here. And I'm just waiting for Big Get to get back to me, because I think hopefully we'll get, a new trading show sponsored by them. And then, that'll be the whole point of all that is, we'll add that in the afternoon.
Sure. And I was talking to Matthew, with the volatility in the market right now, with the holiday season, everything that's going on, like for me, like because of the position I'm in with my liquidity, like I can't take long positions right now. And so what I've been doing is I've just been doing like paper trading. I write down, my different stocks that I want to follow, building up my confidence, what I'm saying? And then that way I still have a record. Like, I'm not making money, but I am making experience. Mm-hmm. And don't be afraid to do that either.
Oh, man, that is something. And that is such great advice. And I'm sure Matthew will thumb me down for this one. I hate paper trading, because when you make an awesome paper trade, you are so mad at yourself that it was fake and not real. It's just it makes you mad. And so like it's one of those things where I don't even want a paper trade because like I will win 100% of my paper trades, and it'd be like you're up like a jillion X, and you're like, all right, I think we got this. Let's go in. And then it's that same thing like Marauder said, where maybe a candle went, you went down like whatever, and you're like, all right, well we're gonna go back up now, and then it just keeps going down, or it's like what? Like no. We did so good before.
Yeah, the market always does the opposite of what you think it's going to do. Like that's like the literal lesson I've always learned in the market. It's not rational, and it always does the opposite of what you think it's going to do.
That is a fact.
Can y'all not hear my whistle?
Nope.
No, shit, Coach.
Man, Coach got himself a busted ass whistle for his first day. Man, we're gonna have to do something about that.
There we go.
Coach.
Yo, this stuff.
Well, I still didn't hear the whistle. I heard a horn honk.
Yo, I whistled like 5 times.
I didn't hear a single one of them.
Are you on voice isolation mode?
He probably is. It's just because you go silent. You are probably on the voice isolation mode, so it's canceling out everything but your voice. All right. Well, Coach came up.
Well,
Coach blew the whistle. It's time to get to work, guys. There it is. Oh, I feel better. I feel so much better now. Guys, if it's your first time joining us here at Web3 Breakfast, first of all, thank you so much for doing so. And second off, every day at the halfway point, we do pause the show for a little bit of music, but most importantly, a workout break, right? You got to have that healthy mind, a healthy body, and a healthy portfolio. And so with that being said, it is time to get up out your seat, get that heart rate going, get that blood pumping, and let's get a little workout in, baby.
Golly. I got eggs, bacon, waffles, toast. Eggs, bacon, waffles, toast. Eggs, bacon, waffles, toast. Web3 Breakfast, Jay Chains is the host. Good morning. What's up, Jay Chains? Turbo made it co-hosting. Yeah, they do their thing. If you savvy Web3 GM, grab a plate and a seat. Let's begin. If you got something to say, come and grab a mic. We got one rule, no douchebag. Alright. Retweet the room, bring some friends. If you start to talk, you gon' stay to the end. Retweet the room, bring some friends. If you start to talk, you gon' stay to the end. Monday through Friday, we got the Sorrow. 10 a.m. Eastern Spaces with the purpose. All about the community focus, they deserve it. Come and speak your mind with no regrets, but you serve us. Pizza on Friday, working off midway. Get the blood pumping, Web3 music is thumping. I got eggs, bacon, waffles, toast. Eggs, bacon, waffles, toast. Eggs, bacon, waffles, toast. Web3 Breakfast, Jay Chains is the host with the most. Retweet the room, bring some friends. If you start to talk, you gon' stay to the end. Retweet the room, bring some friends. If you start to talk, you gon' stay to the end. Good morning.
That's right. Good morning. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us for Web3 Breakfast. We come at you every Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern. Shout out to all y'all. Hey, if you want to join us up on stage today, we are talking about the markets, whether you're talking about Web3, blockchain, crypto coins, it doesn't matter. Just give us a market update, but raise your hand, come on up on stage, be a part of the conversation. We only got the one rule. It's don't be a douchebag. So no racist, sexist, homophobes. Other than that, we want you up here. We want to hear your opinion, your thoughts, all of that. Just, just do what you got to do and don't be a douche. I see Kerry was up here with his hand up, and he just took it down. That means it's time to call on Kerry. What's up, fam?
I'm all good, man. I love you guys so much. Jay James, Turbo, Corey. Where the hell is Seven? There he is. And I see even Blaze in the room today. I never seen Blaze in here before, but like, goddamn, it's good to see that motherfucker. So I'm getting stabbed today by like a fucking needle, and I hate giving blood, and so like I'm like not too excited about that, but I got some wicked pit stains worked up for those motherfuckers. You're gonna have to deal with that because I ain't having another shower today. All right. So, anyways, talking about the markets, you can only lose like up to 100%, right? You can only lose all your money, so the downside is 100, right? But the upside could be fucking 1,000%, and I'm proof of that, right? So like sometimes like taking those risks on tokens, like especially like there's newbies, I don't know, I'm not gonna show nothing right now, but anyways, trading can be deadly, right? And so like trading is deadly. Okay, I'll drop one token, TIA. Check that one out on your own. Okay, it's been on a. I've been on Tether, man. I'm just telling you, it's a brand new project, and it's rocking right now. I'm just saying. Anyway,
TIA like Tia?
Celestia, yeah.
Oh.
It's a weird new blockchain project. It's like a bunch of, I know everybody's laughing at this shit, but like whatever, man. It's ripped like hundreds of percents in the last couple of days. It's fucking crazy. Anyways, I just want to say, yeah, trading can be fucking deadly. I like the accumulation for the future kind of situation where like you all know from your risk reward or time horizon when the time to take profit is, right? Like for me, I bought some Solana down at $20. I'm still not selling that shit because I know there's still way more upside, right? Like I could sell it now and hope for a dip and then buy back in, but like do I really want to do that? I only got like fucking 30 Solana, so like I want to try to ride that, like, you know, to when I feel like this is the time, right? And I feel like the time for Solana is like at least its last all-time highs. So like, you know, I ain't taking profits on that until it hits $200. It hit 300 Canadian last season. So like, you know, that's kind of where what I'm waiting for is for it to pop past that. People are calling like $2,000 Solana right now. It's like fucking crazy.
But
anyways,
33.
You know
so
what I'm saying?
When we were looking, we were
like changing money.
That's
but yeah, no,
crazy. Crazy. When we were looking at this the other day, we talked about it on Crypto Crossfire. I think like if everything aligns right, like a $3,200 Solana, like that's insane.
It could happen though.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's possible. No one thought Bitcoin would hit $1,000 ever. But anyway, I'm with Turbo on watch list. I know they suck and they get you down sometimes when you reward yourself and you don't get to take those rewards. But it's a way to don't feel bad, feel proud that you made those calls and that you know you can make those calls. And sometimes it takes that reverse psychology on yourself to like be able to make those calls. But, you know, like use those times that you've failed in real life, but accelerated on paper to your advantage. And you know, like you will eventually make some good trades. You just got to do it on paper enough till you feel secure and confident enough, and bam, man, like the time will come. Anyway, that's
I'm just saying, leverage there's nothing worse for your mental health than high leverage trading.
Oh, never let trade. You know, if you wanna go like feel like the pain in your balls, then just like, you know, 10x long Solana from here with like, you know,
Carry 10x is not going to feel the pain in your balls. You got to at least be at 50x, and you got to go to sleep with that trade in. You have to go to sleep with the trade in to feel that pain, because like if you get the leverage sweats and you wake up a few times throughout the night and you immediately check your phone, that's the worst feeling. Like when you get into a trade. You kind of forget that it's there, and then you maybe are a little underwater, and then it's nighttime, and you're like, oh, what are we going to do here? Are we going to ride this one out, or are we going to get out? Nah, let's ride it.
Bro, I will never, ever forget my very first time ever leverage trading. Oh, my God, dude. This is, I can give you the whole recap. It's like this. Buy. Oh, my God, sell. No, wait. Oh, my God, sell. And then I was all out of money, and I was like, that shit was a roller coaster. I never want to do it again.
Hey,
I lost $4,000 my first leverage trade.
It's like that one song, "Welcome to the Jungle." Everybody, you know how you feel when you hit that leverage button and you hit that buy, bro. It's like, welcome to the jungle.
AI. But it's not the old one that you can listen to on the radio. It's Neil Now. It's when he's sitting there just randomly saying shit on stage, because those shows are fucking entertaining as hell because he's not saying real words. I'll have to find the video of him like just randomly spitting out words.
You know what would be great to do? That would be fun. I'm thinking about this now. Is if we do start this like live trading show, and because like, here's the deal: is that originally when we moved the show to 9 a.m., the whole idea was that I wanted to do a news and numbers thing, right? And so that this could just be chopping it up. We talk about, you know, a topic of the day and all that stuff. And so I wanted to do the news and numbers at 8 a.m., but that's just totally unrealistic. That means that I have no time ever at home with my family. And plus, like, if you're on the West Coast, that's, you know, 5 a.m. and no one's going to attend that. So that was the whole idea, to put the show in the afternoon, and that actually makes it better. So now if we're doing some live trading, we're talking about news and numbers, but while we're trading, it is maybe we do nothing but like, Guns N' Roses and Appetite from maybe we just do like an album a day while we trade. So the first one should be Appetite for Destruction, and we just turn that thing up and just maybe dial the leverage a little bit for the first day, just to you know,
get a little taste.
Yeah, you remember you just did $100 in a roll bit, and then you do 250x leverage on a roll bit with $100, and then you just like go wild.
I love that. I love that.
Golly.
That makes me. I can see that's the kind of thing that I live for, right? Like, okay, so you might lose the $100, but the upside is massive if you happen to catch this thing at the right time.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Who doesn't play $100 in lottery tickets at one time? You know what I'm saying? But I was thinking about that drinking game, the Thunderstruck, and every time the AC/DC song, you got to take a drink. But instead, you have to like buy or sell. So whenever you hear the word, you got to either buy or you got to sell. It's up to you. You got to choose, but you have to make a decision every time you hear it. See what happens.
I don't hate that.
All the time.
Well, we can have some fun with it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
I've been feeling bad because Grateful down there. I haven't heard from him in so long.
I know.
What I mean?
Back in the house,
missing it, bro.
What's up, my guy? Grateful.
Oh
Hey.
no.
Yo, what up, man?
Yo, GM.
Yeah, it's been a long time. Good morning. Sorry, guys. I fell off for a little while, so I've just been busy. I'm glad I just found out this morning, though, the time got moved up because that's going to help me with work, being able to make it here again all the time. So I'm in the Midwest. It's a little bit more time friendly for my work here.
Hell yeah, man.
But yeah, dude. Yeah, what's up?
No, I was just saying that's great. I'm glad that the time works out a little bit better. 8 a.m. in the Midwest. Shout out to the Midwest folks. Let's go.
Oh yeah, I've been missing you guys. It's nice to hear everybody's strategies. For me, I try to trade sometimes. It's just like I don't have the time dedication to give to that to where I can do it as much as I'd like to, but I still pay attention to a lot of on-chain data and just regular indicators that can help you. I'm more of like an accumulation type person, and this has been like the most forgiving and longest bear market of all time, man. So I'm still DCAing right now, but like I know how people have touched on how the market always does the opposite of what everybody thinks it's going to do. So use those tools, man. Go into your different metrics and everything, and look at how many shorts are put in. I mean, last week, like when we pushed above 35K, there was like over $250 million in Bitcoin shorts within like an hour. Like once we hit above there, you can go see what the majority of people are going to do. And if you think it's always going to do the opposite, maybe base your decision, on that. Look at everybody's shorts and longs. And at the same time, I think there was like over $120 million in ETH shorts that got liquidated in like an hour and a half. So I don't know. I'm still trying to DCA because for me, it's like we're so close to the halving. I don't really care, dude. Like by the end of 2024 in the top in 2025, like whatever happens right now, I don't think it's going to be brutal enough for me to really give a shit like 2 years from now about waiting for things to drop or crash, 10% from where we are right now. So even with this pump going on, I'm still picking up some things when I can. That's kind of my strategy, dude. Things are going to go gangbusters, I'm pretty sure, because you got, things with the Fed should be getting better in the late spring and the summer. The ETFs are going to get approved. They have a really good chance of going live by literally when the halving happens. So you're going to have like a ridiculous amount of institutional money, plus the halving, plus things financially with the Fed getting better, all at the exact same time within a couple months of each other. So I think it's going to get nuts, and then you're going to start to see all that news, and everybody's going to start FOMOing in. So I'm excited.
Love that.
A new president, a completely new government here in America too.
Well, we'll see. You never know. They may
completely new government.
They may postpone the election. You know what I mean? Just really quick. There's a couple things. Oh, go ahead, man. Go ahead. Finish up.
Oh no, you're good. Sorry, kind of off there. I know there's a lot of people that love Solana. I'm not a big Solana fan, but does anybody know, just real quick off the top of their head, just because we're talking about these 2 to 3K price targets on Solana, do you guys know what Solana's max supply is?
did. Give me 1 second. I've got it right here. No, it's infinity.
Just out of curiosity.
Max supply on CoinGecko says infinity for Solana. Infinity.
That ain't good.
To infinity and beyond. That could be bad news.
Well, shit, man. I'm trying to stack up a bunch of quant. That's one of my positions. I'm like, dude, fuck, man. When the institutional floodgates are open, years down the road, after this cycle, the next cycle, like, dude, quant could easily be a $10,000 token. Easily. It's $100 right now, and it's max supply. It's an enterprise blockchain, all about interoperability, and its max supply is 14.5 million coins, man.
It's lower than Bitcoin.
It's lower than Bitcoin, dude. It's literally not going to take a lot to push it to a $2,000 price target. I mean, that's a 20x from today, pretty much. So
Love that.
I love quant, dude.
Couple things. We were talking about doing some leverage trading and stuff, and then some people were talking about the liquidations. There is a site you can go to coinglass.com, and you can actually look at the liquidation ranges. So, like, say for the Bitcoin liquidation heat map, it's going to tell you that 37,588, there's about $226 million of liquidation leverage, sitting at that level, right? So you can see where, a lot of these, on this heat map, where a lot of the orders are overall. So that gives you a better idea of, maybe it's not foolproof, but it gives you a better idea. Now, Matthew, hopefully this will bring you up here because I've got a question for you. I was having a conversation with somebody about the strategy of what they want to do for like the next part of this bull market leading into the bull run, and the whole goal is to have to be a whole coiner, a Bitcoin whole coiner, right? And so do you think it's wise for someone to play the altcoins throughout this cycle with the expectation of using that profit to strictly get into a full Bitcoin, because that's the goal? Is that a good strategy, you think, or just stick with the alts?
Yeah, and like Jay, what we miss, and I know we have some hands down here. I do apologize, guys. But the thing that we miss, we don't ever talk about commodities, and we don't talk foreign exchange.
It's like it ain't crypto. It's because it ain't crypto.
Well, I mean, we talk traditional. I mean, I'm just talking diversifying. We talk a little bit about real estate, stuff like that. I kind of wonder, if those things, because
I want to be in Web 2. I don't want to be in Web 3.
Got him.
That's it. Turning around.
Oh shit! That means you're coming down to Atlanta. There we go. That's all it took.
Don't worry, we'll be right on his ass too. He knows this.
Look, I think it's a great idea if you're trying to be a Bitcoin whole coiner. Whenever you can catch some of these altcoin runs, some of them are independent, some of them are kind of clustered to a specific ecosystem. But I do think that we do ignore some of those traditional profits and pushing those into Bitcoin, whether it's real estate, whether it's some sort of instrument, whether it's some sort of precious metal, whatever the case may be. Take some of those profits and push them into the digital market. So that's it. Again, creative acquisition. I think that we must get away from the traditional method of acquiring Bitcoin and start looking at those creative methods of acquiring Bitcoin, especially when you're seeing adoption in places like Dubai, where, well, people are using it to buy tacos or get a hotel or get a taxi. That's not the case everywhere, but here, even in Texas, well, you can go in HEB and get Bitcoin at the ATM machine. So, well, whatever money you saved on the food, well, go over to that little ATM and use those savings to get some Bitcoin.
That's a fantastic idea. Really quick, I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but HEB, that's one of the that's like the premier grocery store down in Texas. They got them everywhere. They're massive. The new ones are amazing. It's kind of like it's an experience, right? But just so you know, the store was founded by a gentleman named was it Howard or Henry? Howard Butts. Let me just double check this now because I'm HEB founder. Florence and Howard Butt. Or Howard Butt's their son. He took over in the 20s. But H.E. Butt grocery store. I always thought that was funny that they tried to hide the last name there with the H.E.B. But Howard Butts. Go ahead. That was a stupid side note.
Nope, I needed to know that. P. Frank, you've had your hand up for a minute, and Blaze, I know you had your hand up as well. So if you had something you want to throw in there, we can swing by you. If not, we'll go from there right over to Kid Called Love. He had his hand up. Frankie Frank, what's the word?
Hey, what's up, Turbo? If you turn around and go into Atlanta, just scoop me up on the way. But I know Jay Chains loves my diplomatic takes, to be frank with you. But I just wanted to say, I'm more focused on the bigger picture here, and I know the details matter, right? But I don't really think that now may be the time to really like try to day trade crypto or like your Bitcoin or altcoins. Because the volatility of the market, right? Because we don't know what's going to happen. Like we were, talking about earlier, you can, be stuck at sleep, in the coin, and it's like, oh man, wake up, you see it skyrocket and then dump within the 8 hours you were asleep. And a lot of that is because, the corporations are being onboarded, the corporations are coming in, right? So they're just going to put money in. They're not going to take it out anytime soon. So, in my opinion, I think now is the time to start DCAing because what you want to see is the corporations come in because that solidifies, what's going to happen, right? Is when you start seeing those big players start coming into the game, that solidifies everything. But you want to come in before they bring the retailers in, because after they bring the consumers and the retail in, then you're buying at the top of the green market. Right. So I think right now would be the absolute time to really start getting into it. If that's something you're getting into, get into it, do your research and back whatever you stand behind.
So I'm 100% with you. The only thing that like really kind of throws me for a loop on all of this is really, we touched on this in the beginning, but like retail's broke as shit right now. People aren't paying their car notes. Shit. You know what I mean? Like, where like I know that we have a bull market coming. Like the halvening is in the spring of next year, like April-ish, depending on the activity with the Bitcoin network and stuff. But where is this money going to come from?
It's all institutional. It's the same. That's why I keep trying to tell people, I'm like, man, you just stop and look at the metrics in the United States, one of the most wealthiest nations, one of the most well-off nations when it comes to opportunity. Okay, the majority of us are making less than 100K a year. And then you look and you analyze the data to 77% of us make under 100K a year. Okay. Now, and then you look at the data of the economy. And then you look at the housing market. These people do not have money, right? And this is where the own nothing and be happy comes into play. That's why I try to tell people it's not us that's switching this shit over. It's them. They're the ones who got all the money. So if they say we go into blockchain technology, what are we going to say? Oh, no, we're not. We're going to say, no, that's not how they'll take everything from you. The goal is to take. If you never played Monopoly, what do you do in Monopoly? Can anybody
steal from the bank?
Can I just give one more take, and this might ruffle some feathers, but just in my opinion, and this is my opinion, I think the next time you see the stock markets fail, I don't think you will see the government bail them out. I think that's when you will see the shift to the crypto.
It's global economy, man. This ain't no U.S. thing. Y'all think this is a whole emerging nation, man.
When I think that kind of answers Jay Chain's questions, right? Because they're not going to bail out the stock market next time. That's why you see people not able to pay their car notes and they're not able to pay this. It's the start of the crumble of the stock market in order to transition people into the new system.
Mm-hmm. Let's break it down to
let's
rebuild
pass it over to Blaze as well. I want to hear from Blaze. What you got, Blaze?
Hey, thank you. Yeah, I love that point. And to that point, I guess exchanges like Robinhood, right, which were originally for traditional market trading, same with Webull, same with all of them, they now offer crypto. So on days when they're seeing their portfolios hit a 10% loss, and they see cryptos pumping, like that's a nice way to ease people into the crypto space. Additionally, I love the take about needing the Web 2 institutions. When I first came into Web 3, everybody was saying, oh, boo Web 2, fuck Web 2. But like, we don't get to the number 3 without the number 2. We didn't get to Web 2 without Web 1, and so on. So yeah, that'll conclude my take. Thank you.
Thank you for coming to his TED Talk.
Hey, I thought, hey, no, that's actually like spot on though, man, like realistically. But I think like one of the biggest problems that we have from Web 1 to Web 3 is like, and we talk about it all the time, right? When we all started using the internet, we never asked how it worked. Or at least I didn't, right? Like I didn't care how it worked. I didn't care how you got on there, right? I just wanted to be able to go to some static page of, I'm not going to say, I'm going to leave that alone. But you know, as it progressed, I was a teenager, bro, when the
We all
internet
were.
came out. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
How frustrating was that when you wanted a and sorry, Mom, you know, when you wanted a boob picture to load and you had to wait for it to go line by line to fill up the screen? It was so frustrating.
Bro, my computer that had the internet was outside of my parents' door. Do you know how nerve-wracking that is? Like, you got 3 minutes to wait, and you're just like, oh man, you hear that bed ruffling shit, you hovering over the X off button, like But you know, hey, all that to say, you know, like I forgot my point is. Frontier, go ahead.
You just hit, and I know Seven's trying to speak, but I got to head out to an engagement, but you just hit the nail on the head, Turbo. I think in Web3 right now, most of the communities get so caught up in whatever you're building. They want you to give them the A through Z. Nobody cares when it comes to mass adoption, right? When you think of traditional video games, nobody wants to sit there and hear you talk about all the stuff in the background for the video game. They want to know what makes it fun. They want to know what makes it economical for them to play. And if it's going to be Web3, well, how is it going to entice them for that quote unquote play to earn or whatever the mechanism may be? Right? The kid that's asking his mom to go and get him Roblox or whatever, he doesn't care about an explanation of the roadmap and all this crazy crap. He cares about it being fun. Because what is he going to do? Go to his elementary school, talk to his friends about how much fun he had. Next thing you know, everybody in the elementary school is asking their parents to go to the store and get them that game. So, and you know, just to recap, Jay Chains and Turbo can tell you all in the audience about this. When you go to these different events, not these crypto events, and you will see what's happening. Someone just spoke on that earlier about the institutional players, about how they are the puppeteers of the world. And you would have heard what they're talking about. And a lot of them were talking about some sort of transition into Web3. Like Turbo was saying, no one cared how it worked when it came out. They were just enjoying the experience because it was new. They may not know how to use it, but that's what tutorials is for. Hey, if you want that A to Z, well, here's a tutorial for you.
Thanks.
But we need to stop trying to offer the A to Z to everyone, because you can do one or two things well. You can either build or you can waste your time explaining everything to everyone.
Then if you're wasting your time trying to
and that's like, and hey, listen, that's like the famous words of Satoshi. If you don't understand, I don't even have the time to explain it to you.
You'll get it. You'll get it when you have no choice. That's why I tell people, oh, you don't want to get it now? Okay, cool. You'll get it when you have no choice, right? Like, and that's with businesses. That's with personality types, content creators. I tell everybody, you're not in this race. If you're stepping in this race and you're not using everything to give you a competitive advantage, you will lose. I promise you. Blockbuster, Netflix. Okay.
Facts.
Radio Shack. Radio Shack at? That's Radio Shack. Hello.
Radio Shack is back, baby. I know. What's his name? It was former. It was Michael Nye, and then I forget what his account is now. But from what I understand, he's running the Radio Shack account. Anyway,
Win token.
Jamaica.
Win airdrop. Let's go. Grateful, and then 7, and then we'll end it with 7. And we'll wrap it up for the day.
Appreciate you, man. So I want to throw something out there real quick with how crazy I think the bull market could be, because with all these ETFs and everything happening, I mean, dude, like since the crypto industry started, the cycles have been, I mean, like clockwork with how the 4-year cycle plays out. But I'm kind of getting to the point where between this cycle and the next cycle leading into 2030, it's going to be like, that's pretty much your last opportunity to take advantage of the mass volatility that really is good for everybody if you're trying to make money. And I saw some article about BlackRock it's good for institutional involvement, right? But at the same time, it's kind of nasty because BlackRock wants to own fucking everything. But I saw that they're going to be required, I don't know how true it is, to back all their spot ETF purchases 1-to-1.
Yep.
And if they're actually required to hold everything with Bitcoin, and they just filed an ETH ETF 1-to-1, I don't think that people are really taking into consideration what that's going to do to the price with how much they're going to have to accumulate so quickly. So I don't know, man. Like, I could see, what are your thoughts, I guess, on like Bitcoin's top between, I mean, dude, 175 I feel like is easy, but if things really go crazy, people could be looking at over a $300,000 Bitcoin like this cycle.
Absolutely. I think, like 175 to 225 is like realistic top for the cycle. And then you add into some of the, the things like ETFs. 350 is well within the cards if everything goes right, because like you said, like you've got to own that shit 1-to-1, unlike the Grayscale Trust or whatever, where you don't have to actually own the Bitcoin to participate in that. But for the ETFs, they will have to own that. And I'm telling you, supply shock is going to be a real thing at some point here. 7, what you got?
Bro, and I had one quick thing. I'm sorry, 7. I just want to throw in there because, like, I remember when Bitcoin was $3,000, and I was like, oh my god, it's so far out of reach. Like, man, I might as well just hang it up. Bro, we're at 30,000 right now, talking 350,000. Like, it's still not too late. 7.
Hello, guys. I'm just gonna let you know that I'm so glad I get to end it with this, because Larry Fink is telling everyone at BlackRock right now to jump into any crypto coin that is going to be profitable on their end, because they don't give a fuck about holding it until next year or the next year. He filed an ETH trust in Delaware. It's not an ETF. It's literally going to change the way we look at fucking money. He knows, and so does everybody else, because they've been doing this for 2 years now. They've been literally cooking these ETFs for us. It's not new. It's literally this cycle is completely, for me, I see what Larry's doing. He is going to do exactly the dump of a lifetime, but he is going to calculate it just enough to where all of his friends, including, Steve Cohen and Ken Griffin and all these guys, they already have their stuff lined up to make the money when the masses come in, because that's how they're going to make the money. Just like they make money now, they make it off payment for order flow and, over balances and all this other shit. Right now, what they're doing is they're setting the stage to this nice cozy beach for everybody to land on. But what people don't understand is that motherfucker's full of shells underneath, and they think that they're having a great time, but they're getting fucked before they even step into the sand. So I'm like, right now, buy anything. It doesn't fucking matter. You can buy it at fucking $90,000. It doesn't matter, because as long as you don't sell it for the next 2-ish years, you're going to be profitable. It's going to fucking exponentially grow, because we're at 5% of the population right now that uses fucking crypto. You will see, if you see 10% of people, 15% of people using crypto, that is literally doubling down on top of what we have now. We will have so much money we won't know what to do with it. Like, it's going to be ridiculous. I can't believe that the masses are so completely zapped when it comes to crypto that they are going to miss the rocket ride of a lifetime that everybody could get on. But because they are so dumbed down on the fact that crypto, you lose your money in a day, they are so scared to do that and the institutions know that they have their fucking hold on them like this, that they will introduce it when they have the bed made. It will be so easy to get into the bed that everybody will do it without even questioning it. And then later down the line, like probably 10 years down the line, everybody will be savvy to what went down, but it'll be way too late by that point. Be like, oh my God, like we could have got in like a year before they did this to us and we would have been millionaires. You know what I mean? But we are here now doing that. We can be millionaires. It doesn't matter. Just buy whatever you can. $5 fucking $3. It doesn't matter. Just keep accumulating that wealth, because it will eventually. It's like don't get a 401k. Do this. Just fucking put as much cents, pennies, whatever. Just do whatever you can. It's not financial advice. I'm not Matt. He's a genius. I read his book last night. I fucking love it. It's easy as hell. If he wants to send it to you, fucking get it from him. It's amazing. But love you guys, and do your own research for the love of God. Just do a little. I don't care if you read one fucking sentence. Just do it, because you will become smarter every single time you do it, and you will understand more, and you will be able to help more people understand it when they do get here. That's all we need to do, is build a better foundation for what we want to do. Not stand around and fucking talk about it. Let's actually get these people in here on the right foot.
Hey, mic drop moment there, Seven. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for showing up today. If you just sat in the crowd and listened, that's cool, man. We love you. Maybe come on up at some point this week and join the conversation. And if you sat up here on the stage and participated, love you equally as much. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great rest of your day. Don't forget to tune into AJ's stream at 10:30 coming up in about 24 minutes. And we got Ben at 11:30, Crypto Crossfire at 4 p.m. Got a big day with some meetings in between. So we'll catch you on one of the shows later throughout the day. I love you. Adios, amigos.